I'm gonna show you how to assemble IKEA BESTA TV bench, in this case with white Lappviken front, so we have 2 drawers and 1 doors. Let's do it. And this is what you're getting in the box with this IKEA BESTA TV bench. So you have 2 drawer fronts, 1 doors, drawer inside, runners for the drawers with the soft closing, 1 box, a few shelves, back with the hinges for the doors, and as an extra we have the legs, wooden legs. If you like to use the original ones, there is a plastic legs in the box. Here useful tools, bigger and smaller electric screwdriver. This bigger one is combination with the drill and have adjustable torque, and the smaller one is just electric screwdriver. Useful tools. If you like to see what I'm using, all the links are in the descriptions. I'm gonna open everything up so you can see what you're getting with this IKEA BESTA TV bench. So just gonna open up. There is a manual instructions from IKEA which you're not gonna need if you're gonna follow this video. And this is all the stuff, screws in one bag, all the brackets, everything you need for the assembly. There is the original legs if you don't want to use the wooden ones, so this is the legs. Here the screws and locks and all the brackets. I like to organize them so you have a better idea what you're working with. So this is all the screws. You're gonna have the original legs down there at the bottom, some plastics, hinges for the doors and extra brackets. You're gonna left with some stuff, don't worry about that. I'm gonna take you along with all the details, whatever going where and what's gonna left as we go. So here now we're gonna start with the bottom panel, and we have those extra legs here. So this is the wooden legs and they have those screws in the back, in each of the bags. So you're not gonna need this bracket here as we're not joining 2 units together, so that one you can put it on the side for now. Now we're gonna put the first screw with the kind of plastic at the end. So this is adjustable legs, and we secure it just till the head sticking out like that. We're gonna do all the same for all the legs, and so at the end we can adjust it. On the other side we're gonna have a screw without the head, just secure it in completely, and that's how it's gonna look like. And we're gonna do for all 8 of them exactly the same. Plastic leg at the bottom and the screw on the top, so that's how they are. And you see I adjust the plastic legs exactly the same for all of them, so we have them even and then we can adjust it. Secure the leg, make sure the corners are lining up nicely, and we do all 8 legs exactly the same. So make sure the corners lining up nicely. Once you tighten the leg, don't over tighten them. When you see enough resistance, just twist it to the right position, and that's it for all legs. Here you see exactly the same, nice equal line. On the other side you're gonna have bigger space, but that's how it's supposed to be. So this is the bottom panel from underside where the legs go. As I mentioned, we get these extra legs. If you want to use the original ones, it's a plastic, it's a shorter leg in the box with the unit. Turn it upside down. This is the front side, and where is the cut is the back side. Now we're gonna need those screws. We're gonna need 8 of them, and we secure them in. Go just till the stopper, not deeper or not higher. We secure all 8 of them, so 2 on each side and 4 of them on the middle. Just till the stopper, don't go higher or lower than the stopper let you, otherwise you're gonna have a problem and you're gonna lock the dividing panels in. Okay, we got all 8 of them here. Now we can put this panel on the side and we're gonna work with the top panel. I'll put the panel this way. You have the cut at the back, front is all white. And we're gonna need another 8 of these screws. And do exactly the same as for the bottom panel, just secure all 8 of these screws, just till the stopper, not deeper or not higher. Here we have those panels, 2 of them slimmer ones and 2 of them thicker ones. The thicker ones go on the side now. You're gonna work with the slimmer ones. So that's those 2. You have a line at the back. You have the L-shaped brackets, so it's gonna be 1 for each of these panels. Take the plastic out, so it's just plastic cover. You're gonna need 4 of these screws and place the brackets in. So you see it's those first and second hole, and secure them with the 2 screws for each bracket. That bracket is for the wall mounting. So lines gonna be connected together at the back. So that's, you know how to position the panel. Exactly the same here. Line at the top panel, line on the side on the dividing panel. Place them in to the screws which we just did. Now you have those plastic locks. So this is the smaller plastic locks. You're gonna have the longer one there. So this one is the small one, 2 on each side. Place them in, an arrow pointing down on the lock. There is arrow on each lock, and you have to point the arrow down, otherwise not going to be able to put it in. Here, secure the lock by twisting it to the right side for both of the locks, and it secure the connection. Exactly the same on the other side. Place the lock, arrow pointing to the bottom, and secure it. This screwdriver is extremely useful here as the adjustable torque. It's not gonna let me go crazy on those locks and not gonna break the locks. Those plastic locks are a bit fragile. Here we have the thicker panels. Just place them this way as I have it here. So you have bigger line here, smaller line here, smaller here, bigger on the other side, on the outer side. Here we're gonna use those holes on the inner side. Take two L-shaped brackets, open them up. Plastics on the side, the plastic covers on the side, and we have 4 screws, so 2 for each bracket, exactly the same as we did for the smaller panels, smaller dividing panels. And secure the brackets with the 2 screws for each panel. Here you can see those brackets gonna stick out slightly, but that's how it's supposed to be. So this one gonna go at the back here. Brackets, L-shaped bracket is at the back. You see the line on the panel at the back. That's where the bracket's gonna go, and the brackets are on the inner side. Now we're gonna have the longer locks, as I mentioned. They have an arrow on each lock, and the arrow pointing to the bottom. Place it in, all the way in, exactly the same for the other one. It applies to all the locks, so basically where is the screw, that's the arrow on the lock pointing to. Secure them. This electric screwdriver with the adjustable torque, as I mentioned, these plastic locks are fragile, so if you go too hard you can break them. So you adjust the torque here and it's not gonna let you go harder on the locks. Fantastic tool. And if you like to see what I'm using, all the links are in the description. So that's how it looks, the back of the unit at the moment. All L-shaped brackets at the back. So that's the top panel connected with the dividing panels. Now we're gonna have the back panels. You have 2 back panels. So here's the line in the back panel up at the moment, and we slide it in. There is a gap on the side, just slide it in. And there is a gap on the top panel. You're gonna have to slide it in there as well. That's how it's supposed to be. Exactly the same for the other one. Slide it in all the way to the top panel. Once you get in, slide it to the top panel. You see those opening matching nicely with the L-shaped brackets. And that's how much you're gonna stick out from the bottom. So don't worry about that for now. Just put it this way up. We prepare the locks. We got 4 small locks and 4 big locks. So the small locks, we can prepare them here on the sides. Arrow pointing up at this point because that's where the screw is gonna be. Push it in and place it. The second one exactly the same, arrow pointing up. The bigger locks, they're gonna go on the middle. Arrow pointing up, exactly the same because the screw is gonna come, screw from the bottom panel gonna come from that side. Do exactly the same for all of them. As I mentioned, these plastic locks are a bit fragile, more fragile than the metal one IKEA used sometimes. So the adjustable torque on this electric screwdriver, which I have the bigger one, is extremely useful here. And here we can put the bottom panel in. Just find all the 8 holes at the same time. Make sure you're gonna line up at the back as well. So check here if the back panel is lining up, it jump in nicely into the hole. If not, just push it in slightly. And once you're in, you're good to go. With the all locks for the screws, you see it's popping nicely, no pressure at all, no banging, so it's go nice and smooth in all sides. Make sure all connections are close with the all dividing panels, and the back panels are nicely in the gap. And once you're in, you can put it this way up and secure all the locks by twisting it to the right side. So secure all 8 of them. See the connection is tightening up nicely. No gaps at all, just how I like it. Once we're done, we can put it this way up, so the back is up at the moment. We got those 2 plastic, just slide them in on the edges of the back panel. So we're gonna fill with this small back panel on the middle. So that's for the cable management. Nice straight line at the bottom. And now we're gonna have 2 of these plastic covers. So the one with the rubber, which is this one, gonna come on the top. You see the rubber there? That's the top one. And the other one don't have the rubber, so that's the plastic one coming at the bottom. So the plastic covering part coming nicely on the top side, and here the rubber one coming on the top side as well. So you have nice cover of the edges from the top when you're looking from the top, and have a small cover here just to cover the hole. Just click it in between the plastic. Now we can put the unit up. We're gonna work on the drawers, dividing panels, and the shelves. So this is 2 drawers, rails for the drawers, and 2 drawer fronts. Open this one up. So you have side panels, back panel, 2 plastics which you're gonna connect the drawer together. Got those gaps where it's gonna be connected, where the bottom panel gonna go. So here you have the plastic, and you take a back panel. So that's the gaps. And the plastic, one is top, one is bottom side. So the bottom side is open, and the bottom side coming from the top all the way down to the back panel. This way, yeah. So you see where that's where the back is, that's how the plastic is bending, and this is the open side where you're gonna connect the dividing panels from the other side. That's how exactly you're gonna do it on the other side. Plastic coming nicely in from the top. It's not very hard to push them in, should be fine without the hammer. And here we have the dividing panels, so the gaps gonna line up together with the back panel. So when you slide the bottom panel, it's gonna be exactly there. So just slide it from under to the plastic. Make sure correct side is up, otherwise you're gonna have to open them up. So all the lines lining up together, and here you have the lines for the plastic. Just slide it in. Once you're in with the both sides panels, we can prepare the bottom panel, and one side of the bottom panel is white, one side is raw. So we're gonna go with the white side up. So it's gonna be on the inside of the drawer, and we slide it in between the gaps on the side panels, and you're gonna have nice line here, just lining up with the side panel on the top and in the gap at the bottom and on the side. Now we can do the front panel. You have 1 hole at the bottom and 4 holes on each side. So it depends if you want the drawer at the bottom, as in this case, you're gonna do with the same holes as I'm gonna do here. You have screws with each drawer and the locks and the plastic locks. So we prepare everything, and we're gonna go with the first hole on the top. This is bottom, where is this hole? So the other side is the top. So first hole and the third hole from the top. Exactly the same on this other side. First hole from the top and third hole from the top. Go till the stopper only. And now that is the bottom, and it's gonna go exactly on where is the bottom panel of the drawer. Slide it in, find all 4 holes, tap it in. Now we can place the locks. We're gonna have 4 plastic locks, 2 on each side of the drawer, and secure it. So you put them just there where is the screw. So first hole and the top hole. So the holes on the outer side, the middle is empty. Twist the locks to the right side, and you have this covering plastic for the middle hole. Because you have more options here for if the drawers is a second or third drawer, but as we have the bottom drawer, so that's how we put it here in those holes. If you mix them up, your drawer is gonna go up slightly, you're gonna big up at the bottom. Exactly the same here, 2 locks, and cover the middle with the plastic. Secure the locks to the right side. You can put the drawer this side down, and we have those 2 plastics. So that's locking plastics. Just place them in. 1 hole is bigger, 1 hole smaller, so you cannot make mistake here how you're gonna position that plastic. And the plastic can lock and unlock. I'm gonna show you that in a moment. Let's put the other side as well, exactly the same. Place the plastic lock in. So that's locking the drawer, so it's not gonna jump out, slide. So here, unlock and lock. So that's how we're gonna lock and unlock the drawer. I'm gonna show you when we put the drawers in more detail. Those plastics you're not gonna need. In this case, best I include all the options for the drawers or the doors, so you're not gonna need it, but you're not gonna need it now for this specific case. Here we have the runners. So this is soft closing runners for these drawers, and they have 2 long brackets for them. Position them exactly the same here as I'm gonna do it, so you're not gonna make mistake. So those runners, you look at the holes, position them exactly as I have it here. See the line on the long brackets. You have few screws and brackets here. We're not gonna use all of them. This is the back, where is the hook, and you're gonna need 1 screw here. So that is the second hole in the rail. and this hole for the bracket. So the third hole from the left or fourth hole from the right. And that second hole on the drawer. Just secure them together. So that's the small screw. Now we're gonna have this screw without the washer. Just place it in here on this side. And then one screw with the washer. Gonna go at the back. And place it to the last hole here. See? And we're gonna do exactly the same with the other one. Don't make mistake here, otherwise you're not gonna be able to slide those things in. So position it exactly the same. Back of the runner, open it up. Second hole. And now it's a third hole from the left side or fourth hole from the right side. Secure it. That was the small screw, yeah? Now one longer screw just coming in. That's the third hole. And now at the back we're gonna have one screw with the washer coming to the first hole. And this is ready to go. So both drawers are the same, so I'm just gonna show you one here. So just place it into the first hole available. One side and the other side, secure them in. With those two screws, we just prepare them. Exactly the same on the other side. Place it in the first hole and exactly the same at the back. Make sure you all tied up. All screws in, and now we can open the runners up. Now we can place the drawer in and make sure the locks are unlocked. So in the back position, these two hooks at the back of the rail is gonna come in the holes on the plastic in the corners. See those two holes on each side coming in one side, and exactly the same for the other side. Once you're in, make sure you're in. You see the left side pop out. Now it's coming in. So both sides in. Now you can put the drawer down and place those hooks into the lock. Exactly the same on the other side. This one pop out, but it's in now. And now we can lock the drawer. So push the lock in, and exactly the same on the other side. Push it in, and the drawer is locked and is sliding nice and smooth. That's how it works. Exactly the same on the other side, yeah. So I'm not gonna bother with that. We have those brackets now, and they mark R and L, so left and right. And you're gonna need 8 of those screws. We're gonna put now dividing panels. So this is shelves and dividing panels. This box is for the shelves, but the brackets I just show you now, these ones, right bracket and left bracket, that's for if you putting the shelf as a dividing panel. We're gonna start with the bracket R, and we place it in exactly almost in line with the top drawer, yeah. So it's slightly under. When you put the shelf, it's gonna line up nicely as it on the other side here. So that's what we're gonna achieve. And we're gonna do exactly the same with bracket mark R on the right side. Just place it in the same line. And we do exactly the same on the other side. Just the bracket's gonna be marked L for both of them, yeah. Here it is. This is bracket mark L, first at the front, line up with the back. Second one, mark L at the back. Now we can take the drawer out. We need to unlock both sides. So pull the lock to the back on both sides. Take the drawer out when you unlock, and you can now work with the dividing panel. So you're gonna need 4 of these screws. Just place them in and secure the brackets. So I just want mentioning this is dividing panel, as it's gonna push the shelf more to the edge, so it's gonna line up nicely with the front. The shelf have different fitting, which I'm gonna explain when I'm gonna do the door, and the shelves is like pushed in slightly. So here we put the dividing panel on the brackets, and we're gonna need those screws and secure each corner of the shelf. So 4 screws, 1 for each corner. Just secure the dividing panel. So you see dividing panel have a gap at the back, but no gap at the front. Shelf gonna have the other way around. It's gonna line up with the back, but gonna have a gap at the front. Here we're gonna have the doors, and we're gonna need take this plastic out. It's in one corner of the hinge hole. Gonna need the screws and hinges and the pop-up mechanism here. So open it up. That's what you get. 2 hinges with the soft closing pop-ups. Those screws and a few rubber plastics for a softer closing. These ones you're not gonna need. These brackets you're not gonna need, and those screws you're not gonna need. So you're just gonna need what is here: hinges, pop-ups, 2 small screws, and those ending stoppers, plastic ones. Self-closing on the hinge, fantastic. 2 screws already there, so you don't need to be worried about the screws here. Just place it in and secure it, both screws for each hinge. Exactly the same for the second one. The self-closing are really nice. I really like this system here. No any extra brackets. Self-closing built-in hinges. Finally, 2021 IKEA, well done. Here, this is just a small plastic which is gonna make the closing even more quieter, which is a good thing. Just place them in on the top and bottom, and you're gonna have extra holes in these doors, so you're just gonna cover them with those small rubber or plastic just to cover the holes here, and on the other side exactly the same. As you can use these doors for the different things, like for the drawers or other stuff in the best situation. So here, secure the hinge with the 2 screws on each hinge, which they are already in. Just find the right holes and secure it. By the way, this hinge have 3 adjustable ways as well, in, out, up, down, left and right. So it's fantastic as well regarding the adjustment. Once you're happy with the adjusted door, you can do the shelf. So here is the difference between the shelf and dividing panel. So you're gonna need those instead of the brackets, and just place them in. Same line one side and exactly the same on the other side. And once you put the shelf in, you're gonna line up with the back, but it's gonna have a little bit of gap at the front. So that's what we didn't want with dividing shelves on each side. And that's how the shelf works. Now we can close it. See, soft closing nicely. And now we're gonna put the pop-ups. So join the pop-up with the plastic pop-up mechanism, if I'm saying that correctly. Pop-up mechanism. Okay, connect it. Just click it at the back and the front. And place 1 screw on the top, 1 screw at the bottom, secure it. This pop-up is adjustable, so you can twist it left and right. Over time it may get loosened, so just adjust it, open it up a little bit more. Once it's closing nicely, you're good to go. There it is. Last thing, we covered the L-shaped bracket with those covers. I'm still leaving the washers in there, so in the future if I'm gonna need it, I have it there. And here, don't be surprised if you get a lot of screws at the end. If you left with a lot of screws at the end, the Besta provide all possible combinations for the units, as they have so much product. So let's say we didn't use the legs, we didn't use the screws, we didn't use other stuff, but they included in the box for all possible combinations. So don't be worried if you left with a few extra screws from IKEA Besta units. And this is it for IKEA Besta TV bench with white Lappviken front. I hope you enjoyed. If yes, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. As always, you will make my day, and see you in my next one very soon. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day.